Spooky Guy 444, I was watching him, and it kind of made me remember that I need to do a seasonal Halloween video soon because it's that time of the year again. So that's what this is. So I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, Home Depot, they just released their full Halloween lineup about a week ago, I think, maybe around that time. And to be perfectly blunt and clear, it is honestly abysmal. Um, I've been waiting to make a video on it so I could at least see like the prop quality when reviews start to roll in. And yeah, I wanted to not dog on the company too much before I got to see like the actual prop quality, but it's bad. It's really bad. It's nothing like previous years, and yeah, it's awful. Home Depot's lineup this year is similar to a stale loaf of bread that's been sitting in a supermarket for months. Everybody has seen it before and nobody wants it. And I mean this about 90% of the props from this year. No one wants them. They're all reused old junk that no one ever has a use for. It's honestly kind of shocking how this year's lineup went directly south, even though the last couple years have been really good, honestly. I'd be willing to say that the last like half decade really has been amazing. They've had some of the best lineups out of all the retail companies. So the fact that this year is just garbage, it's really shocking to me. Like I said, these last couple years, they've been really good. I know 2024 and 2025 specifically, they have been multitudes better than Spirit stuff or even, the godforsaken, abysmal, trashy Lowe's props. So the fact that the quality has dropped this much is genuinely scarier than all of the props themselves combined. And that's not a good thing. I guess that isn't much of a high bar, but it's still just not a good thing. To be perfectly honest, I think that some of the props this year are pretty decent. I mean, I really like the raptor. I think it looks cool. Um, the rot wing parrot, it's not bad. It could be a lot worse. I feel like it's pretty solid. I would have considered buying it if it didn't sell out in the first 30 minutes. But the clear and most obvious issue this year is with the quality control. I'm sure you've seen everyone say that already, because everyone is, but it's genuinely so awful that I physically cannot restrain myself from making a video about it. 2024 and 2025 were incredibly strong seasons for Home Depot. They came out with some amazing stuff, especially the servo stuff. It was great. But this year, something must have seriously gone wrong with the planning for this year. It's bad. The holiday department at Home Depot, it changed ownership or leadership, I guess. I don't know how it works really, but the person in control there, it changed. So I know last year kind of squeaked by, but this year is fully the new person. And I don't know what they were thinking. It was bad. It was really bad. It's not good. My guess is that the person is deliberately trying to ruin Home Depot because genuinely, what is this quality control? There's no way this is unintentional. They have to be trying to sabotage. I refuse to believe that they aren't. There's no way a person could mistakenly do this awful. There's no way. No way at all. I don't believe it. It's so bad. I'm not going to get like too into just the concepts and ideas behind the props because for the most part I just want to talk about the quality control because it's genuinely an issue. Just like a heads up, if you haven't ordered anything from Home Depot yet, I heavily advise against it for a while. Maybe they'll recall some stuff and change it, like Heckles with Forever Guy. I know that was Spirit, but maybe they do that. I kind of doubt it, but like I said, unless you really want broken junk that's also simultaneously missing parts, just as like a goof, I don't know, if you like that, then this drop is great for you. I guess you can just go ahead and buy all the props because every single one is faulty in some way or another. So if you like trash, I mean, go ahead. Feel free to spend thousands on all of the lineup. I'm not going to stop you, really. I don't care that much. I feel like, even though it sucks, This massive shift in quality control is something we all should have seen coming at the halfway to Halloween event, because the drop this year was rough. Two of the major, like, most popular props from it were just complete duds. That, of course, being the Neon Nightmare and then his color alternate, which is, I think, Checkmate Chuckles or something. They had really stupid names. But a lot of people were really looking forward to them because, they had the limited Canadian release the prior year, and it looked like a cool prop. It looked nice. It looked like a very unique clown. And, as America tends to do, we made our release a quadrillion times worse than the other ones. If you somehow haven't seen the videos and reviews on those already, go check them out. But long story short, most of the props being sent out were almost entirely trashed and just utter garbage straight out of the box. The pop-up mech, which is like the core feature of the prop, it's the main animation, most of them were completely shattered or at the bare minimum like really cracked right out of the box. And I mean, there was a lot of other issues as well. The hair had these really crappy plastic like fillings in it to try and give it shape, but most of them arrived broken or like weak enough that it just looked really, really bad. Kind of like how Crackle's hair looks, except instead of just having the hair, there was also just plastic shards in it just for fun, I guess. And, there was also multiple cases of the prop just being fully defective, just not working at all, which is just exactly what every haunter wants when spending hundreds of dollars on a prop, one that just doesn't work. That's what I want personally whenever I buy stuff. I just want mine to be garbage, but to each their own. Also, if I remember correctly, and maybe I'm thinking of a different prop, but I'm like 99% sure it was this one. This one was like continuously and consistently being shipped out with shoes that were like paper thin, like worse than normal SVI junk shoes, and a lot of them had wet paint still, which is not good. I don't even know how they could let something like that slide, but it is what it is. I guess I don't know. It was really weird. And on top of that, the packing was just like horrible. It was like really, really bad. So, not a good start to the lineup. Not a good start at all. Funnily enough, right after this prop started to arrive to buyers' houses, SVI dropped a apparently completely unrelated change in their parts service, saying that all of future parts would be free for people getting broken stuff. And like I said, they claimed that it was completely unrelated to this, but it's not a good look if you ask me. I think that's obviously just a lie, but it is what it is, I guess. This, though, while being really clearly crappy, it was still just the start of the mess that Home Depot was trying to pass off as quality control. The rest of the lineup, not too long after that, was released, and it was bad. It was really bad. To be perfectly honest, there wasn't many standout props from this year, which isn't really like Home Depot, because, I mean, like I said, they typically have the best retail lineups each season. Theirs are typically really good, but even with that being said, I guess beauty is kind of like, it's in the eye of the beholder. So there was probably a prop or two that each person in the community was excited for. I know a lot of people liked the spider thing. A lot of people liked the parrot. Some people probably like Lily for some reason. I personally really like the raptor. He was my favorite standout prop. I like the design. I like the size. I think the animation and audio it's fine. But all that excitement for your favorite prop of the season, regardless of which one it is, it's going to be absolutely and overwhelmingly crushed when seeing the first handful of in-person reviews come in. Every single prop was flawed or incomplete in some way or another when arriving to buyers' houses. Maybe not every single one, but it's more dramatic if I say it like that. And, yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. For example, the mini troll guy, I don't remember his name. I call him Chudling Jr. He couldn't get a break. For one, his face, it's rough. To be completely for real, the one in the listing, like the stock photos, it wasn't necessarily like peak beauty by any means, but the models making it out of the factory, they look multitudes worse. Like, the deformations they are intense. It's bad. It's like Heckles the Clown bad, or even Carnival Carl bad. They look awful. Plus, on top of that, which is, already a practically guaranteed flaw, a lot of these guys were arriving just entirely missing limbs and body parts. Like, I've seen so many people say that theirs was missing a foot or an arm, which is just absurd to me. I don't know how they can ship it out missing entire limbs. That's not something you just forget about, And it's not just this. I've seen other props like this as well from this year. And I've also seen props that have, like, double limbs. I mean, I've seen a couple of the Pixies get shipped out with the same wing. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a really easy thing to not do. But, I guess maybe Home Depot is just too busy to care about quality control. Another big, like, major prop of the year that has a lot of really crappy flaws is the spider. I don't remember its name, but if you're in the haunting community, you know the one. It has, like, neon collars on its back, and it crawls forward. It's one a lot of people were really looking forward to. And guess what? It's junk. It's trash. It's utter garbage. The spider itself is, like, it's alright. Like, the body and stuff, it's decent quality. But the base... the base is so bad. It's honestly unbelievable. The plastic for the rock covering thing it has, which already just looks like crap because it has no detail, it's like, the quality of it is identical to that of, like, a $15 kid's swimming pool you'd find at your local Dollar General. And that's not a good thing. It's mind-boggling, really. And even though it's outdoor rated, the control box is completely uncovered and pointing directly up. Directly into the sky. Directly where, rain and all the weather will destroy it. Are we stupid? Are we genuinely dumb? Because, I mean, on top of that, the moving mech is complete and utter junk. But at this point, who cares? Who cares what the quality is on the mech? Because the prop could be destroyed by a malnourished but dedicated ant. It's crazy. It's absurd. Especially considering this isn't necessarily a cheap prop of the year. It's definitely not a budget prop. And it's one that a lot of people were really wanting to get. And it's junk. It's trash. It's crazy to me how bad it actually became. Because I thought it was neat at first too, but now it's like... now it's bad. Another flawed prop, one that has, like, surprisingly few reviews so far, is the zombie raptor. It's my favorite prop of the year, personally. But, unfortunately, high hopes and aspirations for this were not enough to make it, good quality at all. Mostly, anyways, like I said, there's been very few reviews online for him, which kind of surprised me because a lot of people bought him. So I'm guessing shipping is taking forever for everyone else, which is another story. But so far, a lot of them are, like, pretty mixed. While some people kind of say that theirs arrived perfectly fine and, working, a lot of people are claiming the polar opposite, which is scaring me a bit considering I bought one. The flaws people claim to see on this thing are kind of, like, varied, but there's a consistent few that are seriously not good. One major thing I keep seeing, like, plastered everywhere is that the paint on the Raptor, like, all of it, it just rubs off on your hands when putting it together. People aren't saying that it flakes off or falls off, and seeing pictures it doesn't look like it does. It's just that it, like, sticks to your hands, which is kind of strange and concerning. At least I think. Maybe I'm alone on that, but I feel like that's definitely not a good thing. I've also seen a lot of people say that their Raptor arrived dented in numerous plots and places, which people are saying about a lot of the large plastic props, actually. And, yeah, like Chuckles and Nightmare from earlier, I've seen some people claim that theirs arrived completely defective. So, boy, am I so happy I spent $300 on this thing. I've also seen everyone that got this, for some reason, literally every single person, including haunters, say that it's incredibly annoying and difficult to put together, which shocked me because it doesn't look like it'd be difficult to put together. So I'm really curious to see what the build is on this thing, because it might be total garbage. I'm honestly I've got a lot of questions about this prop. And like I hinted to earlier, here's a quick side rant that made me think of. The Home Depot website and shipping services are so trash and garbage. It's it's bad. It's really bad. The website, and I mean, I'm talking about like the prop listings specifically. It's full of so many like clear and noticeable flaws. It's really just mind-boggling. There's so many like just errors on the listings and just inconsistencies. Like a prop will go from being, well, no, it's not even that it goes from being out of stock to in stock. It'll say that it's out of stock, but it'll also say there's so many in stock at the same time, and it'll let you buy it. So it's just messed up. And the shipping, it's really truly awful. Um, I've come to find that the delivery, like the deliver to store ETAs at least, are just completely wrong most of the time. For example, the Raptor I bought, it was supposed to arrive on the 23rd, which, as of when I'm recording this, was yesterday, I believe. And other than the shipping status, going from shipped back to processed, back to shipped in just a few hours for fun, I guess, the first update was not until the 23rd. I really do love careless shipping. $10 says the item will show up to the store crunched up in a destroyed box, anyways, but who knows? This video is already kind of getting a little long, so I'm just going to spitball a few other issues I've seen really quick. For one, there's this one tombstone skeleton prop. I don't even know if it has any animation. It might just be a decor piece, but it has literal sticker eyes that fall off when you like touch them. Quite literally the same quality stickers as the ones your teacher would put on papers in elementary school. So that's fun. The app lethal lily. Maybe this is a hot take. I don't know. I really don't. But I think it's trash. It's really just like a garble of mismatched parts from various other props. And it's so inferior to the original version. It's honestly a disgrace to Home Depot. I think it's so bad, and I don't think it should have been released. I think they should have canned it. I think they should have made it into a different prop. Really, it just sucks. And I mean, I don't. It's so bad. And on a similar note, making things into different props, the like rattlesnake witch, whatever her name is, I don't remember. I think macabre witch, which they've named a million props that. It's just a reskin of the unreleased cowboy prop, which was so much cooler. It would have been so cool to have that. We have like no cowboy props at all. I've seen like one. That's it. And we almost had another one that was like really cool, and then they turned it into a skeleton witch. I don't know what it is with modern retail companies making everything Halloween related into a witch, but it's truly tragic because it's getting to a point where clowns are the same way. Not everything has to be a clown or a witch, and it's so annoying. I mean, same with like the stirring cauldron witch. I don't know what her name is. They've made a million of them, and that prop idea, it's been so exhausted already that I can't possibly imagine anyone still buys those. There's no way it's a good seller. There's just no way at all. It can't be. People have them. They've been making them for years now, and they haven't even changed any of them. Like the one from this year and the one from Lowe's last year, they look identical. It's the same thing. They're all just junky SVI prop witches, and there's no way there's a market for them. There's no actual way ever. No way. I don't believe it. The parrot. It seems pretty neat, but it sold out in like 30 minutes, or else I would have bought it. I've seen some people who buy it say that the voice recognition is like garbage. So that's fun, I guess, considering it's the main gimmick of the prop. To be perfectly honest, otherwise there isn't much notable about any of the other props other than the fact that they are dauntingly bland and boring, which is unfortunate because Home Depot is typically, the one that does good. The towering props, for example, the ones that are like 11 or 12 feet tall, I think they suck, other than Servo Skelly, which is still not great. It's still pretty boring. It's just a reimagining of Skelly, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just a tough crowd, but I genuinely don't think it's good. Like the Mummy, for example. What audience is that catering to? Because the 12-foot Skelly, it's a classic enough thing that a lot of really anyone that has a lot of extra money laying around, if they like decorating for Halloween, they're gonna have it in their yard. I don't care for it much. I never understood it. I don't get why a skeleton would be 12 feet tall. I think it's stupid and dumb. And the mummy one, I feel like it's not classic enough looking for the same people who buy the 12-foot skelly to buy it. So I think it's a waste of, a spot on the roster. But, maybe someone will really like it. I don't know. I just think it's trash. I don't like it at all. If it was a smaller prop, maybe. But there's no reason for it to be a 12-footer. I think it's bad. I still think this lineup is better than Lowe's, considering Lowe's is typically kind of not good quality and incredibly overpriced. But with the quality of Home Depot this year, who knows? Maybe Lowe's will somehow outcompete Home Depot. I really, really, really doubt it, but it's possible, which is crazy. So anyways, I'm going to wrap up this video. My next one should hopefully be a Raptor review if it ever arrives. But to be fair, who knows? Because I don't even know when it's going to get here. So that's it for now.